We do this because we can. Well, right into the motor generator of the Monarch 10EE, and I'll see if I can back this camera off. And the motor on top is an exciter, and it's a small generator that is used in powering the field coils of this machine in various ways. But what we're talking about today is keeping this thing working. And unfortunately, this is one of those procedures you're not going to find on the general internet forums, because it's dangerous. And I have to emphasize that what I'm about to show you is done on a running machine. And you've got this drive belt to worry about, and you've got 220 volts out of that generator direct current to worry about, and about 115 volts out of the exciter to worry about, because you're going to stick your hands very close. Now, if you look at the instruction panel on your control panel, it gives some instructions about these commutators, and what it says is use fine sandpaper or an armature dressing stone. Well, I don't think you're going to stick your fingers in there unless you're an absolute moron on a running machine. Sticking your fingers in there? Would you stick your fingers in there or up here? That is absolutely crazy. Let's demonstrate what that would look like. That's what that would look like. Okay. So we're not going to stick our fingers in there. So one thing I got here, let's see if I can, I hope that that's not too bright. And I'm going to try to do this with hands that I don't have, but I've got the Noga big boy holding a flashlight cooler than whatever. Now I'm going to rotate this around, and let's look at the commutator bars on the generator. Okay, looking good. Uh-oh, what's that? Uh-oh, that don't look too good. And that's a bad spot that's always been on here. And what happens on these commutators, you can't count on those bars. I'll roll it back up, and then we'll come back around and look at it. See it? It's all discolored there. And what's happening is this thing's running at over 3,000 RPMs, and those bars kind of lift out from centrifugal force and causes that, and it starts noticeably sparking. Okay, and then the machine, it gets worse, and the machine won't reach its top speed. I gotta get steady here. Its top speed at 2,500 RPMs. Okay, let's see if I can get the magic light up here somehow. Hold on. And let's look at that, see if we can see the commutator on the exciter. Let's see if I get that in there. Gonna be a little bit crooked maybe, folks. I'll try it. Yeah, you can see it, I think. And I'm gonna rotate it. And it, I don't know. It's not showing up good for me. But anyway, I might have to be down where that, more where the light is. Let's try that. I can't see, but I'm going to rotate that. And you can see it's kind of unevenly discolored. Okay, enough of that. Let's get back out here where the real world lives. And how do you take care of that? Well, now these stones are available from Ideal Electric. And this is not something that I could find on the internet. I had to go to a professional electric supply place, like a place that supplies three-phase switches. And the stones are 80-000 series. So at least that'll give you a little bit of a hint to where to start. And the stones that I bought are duplex. That, like, there's polish on this end and finish on this end. And I mostly use the finish, but use the polish too. And I bought the coarse and the medium, but haven't really needed that. I used it once, I think, on something that was pretty bad. So what you got to do is take and saw pieces out of this. And they do sell stuff like this, but it's not right. It won't work for you. You have to make it yourself. And this is the one here for the generator, and I can get it in there and get that generator. Now the exciter one is at an angle. You see this? It's at the tip's at an angle. And I want you to know it's a little difficult because I'm on my hands and knees back here. Doing the best I can. But see, I got this at an angle, and I can get it in there and dress that commutator. And you want the stone not quite as about half as long as the commutator at max. And then you work it back and forth like you're honing. And it actually will true those commutator bars at the speed that the thing runs, within a 10,000th of an inch at least. These things are just miraculous. This is something you've never probably heard of. But this is how I keep my machine in top form. And I've also dressed the motor over there, but I think you can access it with just the bar, you know, the full bar of it. But you have to take the belt off the motor or you get wrapped up. And remember, this stuff's powered up. And so that's why this is on wooden sticks. I epoxy glued the stones to those sticks, you know, figured the angle that I needed, and then just set them up and let the epoxy glue. And you can cut the stones. They're soft. They're a grinding compound mixed with cornstarch. So they're softer than a bench stone, and you can saw them with a hacksaw blade. That's what I use. But don't use a new hacksaw blade. Use an old one, and it'll be done by the time you finish that. But you know, this is not glamorous. This is one of the hard things about owning one of these machines and expecting this motor generator to function. You see, this stuff's really old. And so you know, what I'm showing you here is on the instruction panel, and it's only logical what I'm showing. It's not anything I made up. You might want to research it. Now the stones are called, let's get them out here, commutator and slip ring resurfacers. Okay, that's what they are. And you're gonna have to chase them down because they don't want to sell them to you because they're dangerous to use. You know, and you can get seriously hurt. You have to be very careful. And I just can't emphasize that enough. So this is the base of the machine's drive here. And if this isn't functioning absolutely correctly, nothing else on the machine will. So, you know, the control panel is secondary to this. So anyway, there you go. I'll be back with something else that's terrifying. Thanks.